Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trek Canon. So, it's been a while. It's been a while since the latest episode of the new Trek, finished with Strange New Worlds, and it's been a while since the new episode of Lower Decks premiered. But let's jump right into it. Lower Decks, we're going to be doing a review of Season 3, Episode 1, Grounded. So, we pick up on the trial of Captain Freeman. And pick up with the gang and everything like that. Basically, Captain Freeman is on trial for the destruction of the Pac-led main city, the big, powerful city, I believe it was called. But of course, they had one of those Pac-led names. Now, the thing is, this episode basically focuses on um, the Lower Decks crew trying to exonerate Captain Freeman's name. All right. So they decide that they're going to have to go get the Boimler's Captain's Log remakes, the ones that he does that's on the Cerritos. Now, the Cerritos is basically off limits and everything like that. It's getting a refit, all this kind of stuff is going on. But it's basically just sitting out there getting a refit. Now, I'm glad that they mentioned all of the starbase, all of the shipyards that Trek has. It used to be the Mars Utopia Planitia fields that all start, that the ships were being built and everything like that. But since Trek has continued on through the decades, there's been many planets, even including around orbit of Earth, that starships get repaired and get built, things like that. So the episode start off with, of course, the future version of Rachel Maddow on her newscast talking about the events, giving an exposition for the people who say didn't remember, or it's been a little bit of time since the last Lower Decks, for them to catch up and acclimate to what's going on. Now, this the thing. The bridge to Starfleet in San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge. Now, every time you mention Starfleet or whenever you show an image of Starfleet in Star Trek, it's usually accompanied by a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. In which case, uh, it's interesting that they say, well, since nobody drives, why do they even keep that there? And basically, I've always considered it a landmark to let you know where at Starfleet headquarters. Now, the only series that really got away from that was Discovery, and so, but it would have been interesting, if they had a holographic Golden Gate Bridge sitting out there in space right next to, Starfleet headquarters. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but that's just how it is. But it's nice that they addressed the whole fact that we're not using cars. But all right, I had this question about the design of the Cerritos. Whenever I look at the Cerritos, I think to myself, all right, so the main shuttle bay and deflector control, or the deflector dish, is in between the nacelles. How do you guys get from the secondary hull to the primary hull to get anything done? Is there some turbo lifts that go down the side struts or something like that? I've been really wondering this. That's a weird design to me. But let's talk about um, the Picard opening. There are a lot of Lower Decks is the king of Easter eggs and callbacks and shout outs. I call him the king of that. All right, now in this episode, man, we got a callback that was so awesome. They had to go back to Montana, which of course you guys know was the site of first contact. And if you guys remember the movie, Jordy gave this little thing about, Zephyr Cochrane's statue with his arms stretched out, and everything. And they actually drew that at the site. You know what I'm saying? And it had the amusement park and the whole visitor thing. That was just so cool to have that. They even had Zephyr Cochrane hologram, of course, flying the actual Phoenix. Now that's the thing. That's the thing. So you mean to tell me you finna have an actual launch to actual space to hit actual warp and come back all driven by a hologram and just trust the people. You know, I know that this is the future and people have different morality systems and structures and stuff like that, but that would never fly today. Like, it would never fly today. So I like I said, the first contact music that they had going with it and everything like that. And what really made the episode just, I don't care what happened in the episode. Any episode of Star Trek that has this following thing in it is always a top 10 to me. And that's going to be Magic Carpet Ride. All right, whenever you feature Magic Carpet Ride in a Star Trek episode or pretty much in anything else, I'm gonna already got my attention, already got my clap. You know, as Willie D do the slow clap, I already got that. All right. So for Kirk's sake, remember when I keep telling you guys that Captain James T. Kirk is sort of he's beyond legendary when it comes to Starfleet Federation history and everything like that, the contributions that he made. So instead of saying for Christ's sake, you know, and everything, he boy moves like for Kirk's sake. I could totally understand. I think I'm gonna have to pick that up. Cisco's. How you gonna have Cisco's and not have one Cisco? Not one Cisco there. No Cisco playing a piano. No Cisco walking around introducing and seeing how the food was, getting to know the patrons, making it feel more of a home family environment like we know Cisco's to be. But the fact that they even had Cisco's in there was pretty cool. But come on, y'all can't have Cisco's, man, and not feature a Cisco. You know, a Cisco. You in the background, something just a Cisco. You know what I mean? Now, what is Trek Candy gonna have to get him a bottle of? It's gonna have to be Ketracel White Hot Tabasco sauce. Look, I chuckled all day with that one right there. Hold up, Ketracel White Tabasco. Ketracel White Hot sauce. Oh, that was all right with me. Yeah, just like that's what I mean. Like just the little things that they decide to put in it. They didn't have to put that in there. Just the little jokes and little Easter eggs to let you know, hey, well, we're still in this time frame and we're still in this universe, even though we have these jokes, even though this series is catered to a younger audience. You know, even though this series is played up to be more jovial than or more humorous than all of the other treks. You know, they still have they still do their homework when it comes to things. You know, so Reginald Denny, ain't gonna even talk about Reginald Denny or call him Denny. But if y'all don't know who he is, just look him up. This is my bootleg version. So look. Zephyr Park. I already talked about Zephyr Park and the statues and everything like that. But the thing is this: how you gonna steal a Phoenix to get to the ship, to get to the Cerritos? Then get on the Cerritos. Oh, so there's been comparisons of this episode to episodes like Drumhead or Court Martial, or even what was that? Space Baby? No, the one with Deanna with the. Oh man, I don't believe I forgot the name of an episode of Star Trek, and the one with the one with the space baby that had to sour the. Was that Relics? No, that's where you mentioned it. Where you had to sour the milk. All right, it's been it's been people that related those episodes to this one, and I'm gonna have to disagree. Just because it had a Starfleet court system or Starfleet law in it, we didn't really focus on that. Just because we have the crew that's trying to go and save their cohort by stealing a ship, that particular Star Trek trope or something like that. I still didn't get that impression from it either. You know what I mean? The the impression that I did get from the episode was it was a lighthearted um, throwback to First Contact, a lighthearted throwback to um, the relationship between Bormer, her dad. I mean, not between Bormer, between Mariner, her dad, and Captain Freeman. It focused more on that to me. All right, so let's talk about Mother Tuvok. Yes, they had Tuvok in the episode. Tuvok, look, Tuvok done been everywhere. Tuvok, go ahead, Tuvok. They had Tuvok in the episode. Captain Norman Basin. I wonder, that little guy that they ended up still in the that they ended up leaving the Phoenix with, the one captain. He's not a real captain, but he's kind of like a fanboy, a Starfleet fanboy. I wonder if he holds some significance. I'm gonna have to take a look. I just finished the episode, people, so I'm just happy to be doing this again. There's some things I wanted to talk about with Star Trek, but the brother haven't had the time, man. So, um, the I kind of consider this episode the Packless Samaritan Snare Scooby Doo mashup. You know what I mean? That was the impression I got from this. Just like they said, the Packless Samaritan Snare. You know, um, Samaritan Snare being an episode of the Next Generation. But the thing is that yeah, I consider this my Packless Samaritan Snare Scooby Doo, wrap up type of episode. Um, how was the episode 1 to 10? Like I said, whenever you throw magic carpet ride into something, it always goes up. But it wasn't a really strong uh, first episode. Hopefully they're saving the bigger, better things for later on in the season. We didn't get really introduced to anything new or anything groundbreaking or any type of turning point. Like I said, it was just a fun-hearted little episode to bring you back in to season one. I mean, season three of Lord Dex. Um, it was a interesting little watch, something to kill some time. But I enjoyed the Easter eggs and everything like that. Tell me what you guys thought of the episode and how Lord Dex then made their foray back into their premiere, especially considering the awesomeness that was Strange New Worlds that we're just coming off of. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments. And as always, peace, recycle, and say the wells. You guys be cool.